podcast. My name is Jamie, and today I have with you Katelyn. Привет!
Hello, everyone.
Hi, KP. So, today I have another frequently asked questions from your social media guru. Well, one of them. And so today we are going to talk about how to maximize your ads budget, specifically for social media. So that's why KP is here. I'm gonna have a list of questions from you guys. Thank you so much for your input, and we're just gonna roll with it. Okay,
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. So the first question that I have is traffic versus lead ad. What are the difference, and what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you are setting up a Facebook ad, there are several objectives that you can choose to do for your ad. So lead generation would be one of them, and traffic is another.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic sounds exactly what you would think it would be. That is sending people directly to a landing page, the website. If that's something that your goal is for that ad, that's what that would entail.
Yeah.
Lead generation, however, is going to be slightly different. This is going to be grasping in leads from Facebook if that is your goal. If you want solid leads that you can call, you can email, that's what you would set up for lead generation ads. So that is when Facebook sets up a form, and then it'll have people sign up on the form with that Facebook ad. So they are slightly different, and it just depends on what goals you are trying to accomplish with your business.
That's nice. And that form also applies on Instagram, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So the fun thing, I'm glad you mentioned that. So the fun thing about Meta as a software is that it'll send your ad to both Facebook and Instagram. So it'll show up on both platforms, which is awesome.
Using the same budget, right?
Using the same ad setup and everything, it'll just send it. You don't even have to do an extra step, which is great.
That's time consuming.
Yes.
Love it.
We love efficiency.
We love efficiency, yes. Next question. Which one is the best platform for my business? They didn't specify what business I have, so.
Okay. So this is when you have to put your critical thinking hats on as a business owner, because not every platform is going to be right for you. So let's say you are doing B2B business and you are directly targeting other companies. A great platform for that would be LinkedIn, because that's where the majority of professionals and business owners are going to be. So that would be great to advertise on. However, if you, let's say, have a younger audience, TikTok, Instagram may be great platforms to promote your product on. There's a lot of aspects that go into this. I could honestly go on and on about what platforms are best for your business. So if you do have more questions, leave them down below. But it can be product, audience. You have to take all of these factors into consideration.
Okay. We can definitely make another episode.
Yes. We will make another episode just on that as a whole.
Yeah. Have you seen that trend on TikTok? Like, what is a subject that you can talk for 40 minutes with? There you go.
Example A.
Example A. Next question. What is the difference between daily versus lifetime budget?
So this is something that a lot of business owners can get confused on. I know I was very confused by it, because I'm like, oh, there's really no difference. It's just, are you doing it by daily or are you doing it by lifetime? But there are a few differences that are going to be crucial for an important and effective ad. So with daily budgets, this is something that you could utilize if you know that you want to make daily changes throughout your ad. Let's say you're A/B testing, or you want to track the numbers over the course of a few days. This is when you would do a daily budget. So if you know you're going to make changes, if you know that you want to scale up your ad some days or change it, whether it's on
Yeah, it's a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie. I was like you at the beginning, like daily versus lifetime. What is the difference? I cannot grasp it. But also, I've noticed when I'm doing my own ads, is that when I have a daily, the impressions a little bit higher, the clicks. It's kind of like you're giving Facebook the exact amount for them to spend or for
Right.
it to spend. We don't know.
Yes.
Yes, and lifetime is just like give it away and do your thing. Basically.
Lifetime, yes. So lifetime is you're pretty much leaving it up to Facebook to put it into the algorithm. You don't necessarily get to choose when your ad is seen and for how long it's going to be seen. If Facebook sees that your ad is doing really well one day, they'll put more budget into that day and then lower it maybe the next day if they see it's not performing as well. But pretty much lifetime is easy just to say, okay, I have a set schedule. I'm going to do the first of the month to the end of the month. Just put it out there, and Facebook will do the rest and pretty much spend what you tell the budget to be.
Exactly. Next question. What are some tips to determine how much you will spend on your ads?
That is a really good question. So, going along with that, I think it definitely depends on the product or service that you're providing. So, you want to think of it as how much do I need to spend to retain a customer? So if you have a more expensive service or more expensive product, that's something to consider. If it only takes $100 to get one lead, what is that return on investment going to be? Let's say you're selling something smaller like soda cans or jewelry or whatever the case may be. You just want to think of it in terms of how much your product is and how much would that lead be if you're spending. So kind of managing it that way.
Exactly. And also a bigger budget means it doesn't necessarily mean a bigger leads or bigger traffic. So you have to be careful about that because you have to take in consideration maybe the targeting, the area, the season, and maybe the demand.
Yes, absolutely. And going along with that, this is a statistic that shows that 10% of your overall budget should be spent on marketing. So around that range, that's also something you want to take in consideration when posting these ads. And then back to what Jamie was saying, you don't want to just say, I would never say, oh, you should spend $5,000 on ads. No, it takes a lot more information and research to understand what budget is going to be right for you.
Exactly. And also where your buyer's journey is. Because if it is on the top of the funnel, you're just starting and you need more money to put your product out there. But if you're like Coca-Cola that everybody knows you, probably the money will be a little bit less, even though it's a bigger company. So the bottom of the funnel.
That is super important too. So also thinking about if you are a new brand and you're looking for brand awareness, you're going to have to put more money into getting people to understand your brand. Like if you were someone like Coca-Cola who everyone knows.
Yeah, well, their budget is huge.
Well, they do got a big
like
budget, I'm sure.
millions. I don't know. We can definitely put that down in the description box. Okay, next question. What tips or best practices can you share about captions, CTAs, graphics for my ads?
So this is going to be one of the biggest factors that determines if your ad is actually going to perform for you or not. So going back to what we spoke about with top of funnel and bottom of funnel, if you don't know what that means, it's pretty much a funnel. Your purchases are going to be right here, so people who are closer to the bottom are closer to purchasing your product, where customers that may not know you yet, they're up here, so they have a longer process to go before they purchase from you. So it's super important to understand who you're going to be targeting, which is why your caption needs to be relevant to the people that you're targeting. So it's going to differ from top of funnel people versus bottom of funnel people. Going along with that, a very good tip to follow is problem, benefit, solution formatting for any type of caption. So what does that mean exactly? I'm so glad you asked. So problem, benefit, solution. You want to point out what your customer's problem is so that they can relate to it and be like, oh my god, I am having that problem.
Hashtag same.
You want to give the benefit. So not pointing out features. So like our product is black and has this nice stand and is a beautiful microphone. No. We want to say what the benefit of it is you're going to have a better audio in this podcast.
Like so.
Exactly. It's going to be clear, concise, and your customers will love it. So you want to point out the benefits to your product or service and then follow up with a solution along with a call to action. Facebook is really good at including the call to action buttons at the bottom, so they give you a few options that you can choose from. So always make sure that you're including a button because that is super important.
And relevant, please.
And very relevant.
Relevant. I can tell you how many times I've seen like a sign up right now, and when you click on it, it's kind of like buy now, donate now, and like doesn't make sense.
You want to make sure that it aligns because that's just going to upset the people who are clicking the button, and you could lose a potential customer.
Yeah, sales. Anything else that you want to add to this beautiful list of questions, KP?
Yeah, so I encourage all business owners, whether you're trying to start up your own advertising or you're looking for an agency to do your advertising, do your research on just overall budget, what you plan to market for, and then what your target audience is looking for. I think that's the biggest disconnect when it comes to advertising. You always want to make sure that you are not just putting something out there thinking that it'll be good. You want to really research and look at numbers and see what your audience is going to find interesting and what's going to make them click.
Yes, literally.
Yes, literally. And just that, to me, paid advertising is a huge aspect of social media marketing. I think a lot of people think that organic posting and just being a presence on social media is all that you need, but it's really not. Only 2 to 5% of people see your organic content, which is why it's so important to include that paid advertising budget along with that.
Especially right now during the holidays, you have to literally pay to play.
Pay to play for sure. During the holiday season, everyone's promoting, everyone wants to be seen.
Yes.
So you definitely have to consider that when you are posting during Q4.
Oh yes. So there's a lot going on. You're probably gonna do a part 2 about this episode. So if you have more questions, if you want KP to answer any other, maybe any other question, maybe you thought about something else during this episode, leave us below, DM us. You know the drill. This is not your first rodeo. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, KP, for coming.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jamie.
Of course. So thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.